one little story, and it really resonates with me because Wayne was a really good friend, and we miss him. And we were at a Christmas party, and we got up the next morning, and we're sitting having coffee, and Wayne says, "Well, what do you think of True Value Foods, and what do you think of where we've come from?" And I said, "Wayne, I knew it would be hard work, and I knew we would be successful, but I never dreamt it would be this much fun." My name is Dean Clark. I'm the Chief Executive Officer currently of True Value Foods and major shareholder. Brett is our CFO, Brett Clark. He's my oldest son. He's our financial manager, so CFO. He joined the company with the designation of CFO about 5 years ago, but he had worked at several of the stores as produce guy, grocery guy, that kind of thing. Ryan, my middle son, worked as a grocery guy in Brentwood Bay when we had the Brentwood Bay store, and he is now off working for the government using his degree. And my youngest son, Owen, was our meat cutter extraordinaire for many years, set up this store and worked at a couple of the other stores as well. And he's just finishing up his law degree and his master's in business administration, so we'll see where he ends up. But all three boys have worked at the stores at one time or another. My good friend, Wayne Virch, he was one of 5 of us that were very, very close in the Thrifty Foods group, and he went off and opened True Value Foods now 25 years ago. Started a small store in Brentwood and then built 2 or 3 on the Gulf Islands to service those small markets. And with major support of the Thrifty Foods group, this company in many ways was about 5 families supporting each other. Wayne went off obviously by himself, but the rest of us stayed with Thrifty Foods. But we created a little dinner club and it's been going on for almost 30 years now, where we would get together and talk shop, and we lived and breathed the food business. And about 10 years after it got going, Danny and I got financially involved. And when Wayne passed away, it kind of was a moment in time where we're blowing it up a little bit. At that time, I brought Brett in, and he's been just a huge benefit in terms of getting us building our financial structure. Now it really is a small family company now. Today we have Main Island, Pender Island, 2 stores on Quadra Island, and of course a store here on Vancouver Island in Cordova Bay. Running a small family company is really a rewarding experience in terms of, in your work career, you work a lot anyways, and it does spill into the family life. This is where now you can have some meaningful conversation about what you're doing and where you're going. I think that's built some really interesting bonds, because they were all brought up in the business anyway. They worked for me when I was at Thrifty Foods. All 3 boys did as well. We lived and breathed the grocery business anyways, and now we've got basically control of a small company that's servicing small areas, and it seems to be working. The big thing there is get to talk about it at Sunday night dinner. Now you have to manage that, but everybody gets to reap the reward. I became aware of the Vancouver Island Business Association many, many years ago when I was with Thrifty Foods. I see it as a really good way of sharing ideas in a setting where you don't have to worry about it being competition. It's business is business, and when you can share those ideas and get an understanding of what other businesses are doing, how they're going about it, it's a real benefit. There's a really interesting piece to this, and that is they do a lot of work with how to transition companies. And that's why it's important to me today is I'm not going to be here 20 years from now. How am I going to transition this and keep this going and growing it and hand it over to the kids? And I know that the Vancouver Island Business Association, that'll be a huge asset for us in that transition. It's been a tremendous amount of, it's been hard work, but it's been a tremendous amount of fun. And the people that I've met and the close relationships that we've developed over the years with family and friends and all those things, it really is quite rewarding. And when a group of your peers look at your business and say, hey, these guys are doing something that resonates with them, like that's neat, and then they'll actually say, hey, we'd like to recognize this company. It really is an honor, and hopefully we're doing it right. So it's a tremendous honor.